Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots, bootlicker shills, debt slave serfs. I'm a useful idiot. Welcome. And it seems like I'm going to end up doing a series of videos that involve fudging numbers. And of course, we live in a world where numbers are either exaggerated or played down to support particular political narratives, as well as all the corporations' books are cooked, as well as all the banks' balance sheets are fake, and all the numbers that come out of the United States government, including GDP and employment and unemployment numbers, are all fudged. And in this case, it's a way to play down the reality. And in this case, it's the million person march in London that happened last week, an incredible sight. And it was the Unite the Kingdom march that had a lot to do with championing traditional British values, as well as complaining about the new censorship state, and then the unimaginable influx of immigrants that we have in London in the UK right now. And the UK citizens have had enough of it. When you see actual firsthand accounts of a lot of people in this march, they're just regular old British people, a lot of old people as well, and certainly they are the ones that notice the drastic change in their country the most. But the point I'm trying to make is that according to the media, which barely covered this event, I hardly even saw anything about it on standard U.S. media. But when they did talk about it, they said there was 100,000 or more, and so they're purposely playing down the scale of this march so that it seems a little less significant. But there's a huge difference between 100,000 and over a million. And when you see the footage of the march, it's pretty easy to see that it's well over a million people. And um, they also, media, when they're covering it, of course, they characterized this as a far right march, which is a tactic they're using all the time now. Anybody that has any issues with immigration or censorship is now considered far right, and they use the same phraseology in other places in Europe, and we find that in the United States too. It's just an easy way, just like when there's a sinister plot or some event like the Charlie Kirk assassination help that happens, they start labeling everybody conspiracy theorists, and that ends up neutering any rational, logical, civil discussion of the events. And likewise, they do the same in an instance like this, saying that a million people is actually 100,000 people, and then characterizing them as far right. So they're obviously Trumpsters, and in fact, there's a lot of people in Britain now that do respect and admire Trump, and they look at his effectiveness at cutting off rampant immigration in this country and deporting a lot of people, and that's what the UK population wants right now. And a lot of other European countries are waking up to this reality as well. They can't sustain what they're doing now, and it is only denigrating their societies. And a good example of that is a country like Poland hasn't let in any immigrants, and their statistics on rape have remained steady, while the rape statistics in the UK are now 80,000 a year, which is shocking and really hard to believe. Another thing came out recently that said that there's a rape every hour, on the hour. Well, not on the hour, they don't time it, but every hour there's a rape in the UK right now, and pretty much 9 times out of 10, sadly, it's recent immigrants. And we're seeing the same issue in the United States with people that come from completely different cultures, where things like having sex with minors and rape are a little more mainstream and acceptable. Sad to say. So anyway, but I want to get back to the main topic. Just be aware, a lot of times when you see these headlines, they monkey fuck with the numbers and frame it and characterize it to fit their agenda. In this case, labeling a million people marching in London that have legitimate issues and labeling them far right, and then of course downplaying the numbers to an incredible degree. So just the age we live in, you can't believe anything you see, and numbers are one of the best ways to manipulate the public. I'm a useful idiot. Don't you be one too?